All right, to some TV movie reviews. Did you watch Power this week?
Yes.
And what was your thoughts?
It's funny how they just made Unique the boogeyman, and he's fucking up everybody that had nothing to do with him getting fucked up.
Right.
Why don't he just grab somebody and question them? Like old school, just question somebody, and then if you don't like what they say, then kill them. But to just randomly just fuck everybody up, it don't make sense to me.
Right. This is a poorly written show. It was poorly written. Like the first was that the first? What is this? The third episode, right?
Third. Mm-hmm.
So the second episode, Jukebox goes AWOL, and like she just goes AWOL, and like nothing happens.
That's
Nothing ever.
bullshit. First off, most of the place time where boot camp is located is in the middle of nowhere, so you can't go AWOL from boot camp like that. I mean, you can sneak off in the middle of the night on some shit like that and try to make it somewhere to a bus station, but the willy nilly just walk off during the daytime, you're right.
Yeah, she just happened to just walk off and go on a bus station and go
Hmm.
right back to New York. That's
And
ridiculous.
I was telling Shay, if you don't make it out of boot camp and you don't want to be there, they'll let you out if you don't want to be there. If they'll try their hardest to keep you, but then after a while, they'll let you out. Like
Hmm.
if you keep fucking up, they have like recycle. You can get recycled, I think, up to 3 times, and then you get kicked out. When you get recycled, it's like you just not getting it. You fucking up, so we're gonna recycle you. You're gonna learn with the next class of beginners. And
Right.
then if you fuck up again, you're gonna drop back to a new. So it's almost like you keep starting over. You know what I mean? And I think you get
Hmm.
like 3 of them before they just kick you out. And I've seen like a guy just disappear in the middle of the night, and they like, oh well, he must have fucking snuck off. You're not you're not AWOL. You're not going to get no discharge. Ain't no dishonorable and no honorable discharges from boot camp and all that shit like that. Because the
Right.
way it is you're not really in the military until you really graduate from boot camp and AIT.
Hmm.
So while you in boot camp, you're still like on some trial period type shit. You know what I mean? So if she snuck off, they're not going to come looking for you like that at your house because you snuck out from boot camp. They're just going to say, oh, well, he fucking dropped out. And they'll it's going to be on your record. You know what I mean? That you went to boot camp and you fucking washed out. But their AWOL is once you're in, you know what I mean? You completed boot camp and AIT, then you fully in. That's when you go AWOL and they come looking for you and you get dishonorable discharges and all that type shit. But while you're still in boot camp as a young recruit that's not really fully in yet, there's nothing going to happen to you.
Right. And bullshit too with Kanan. Now Kanan has a Benz, a black Benz. Was that the first episode when he was driving that car? When he got in that car?
Yeah. And
And how about when he just willy nilly? He's a major drug dealer now. He just willy nilly walking down the street for the cop to harass him.
mm-hmm.
And the girl telling him that to get an apartment. He's still selling drugs out the apartment. She telling him to get another spot where they can just have without being involved in that stuff. And he's like telling her no. Oh, but that would just cost more money. Look all that money you making.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just get an apartment? Yeah,
Because he's a knucklehead and he want to be in the hood with his homeboy, the little midget boy.
right. This is
They
just
just
a
they just threw him on the scene. We ain't never seen him before, knew anything about him, and now he live with Kanan.
yeah. And he's good at math and can break stuff down and all
Yeah,
that
like
stuff. Where
what
was he
the
at
hell?
last season? Right. Yeah, this is just a poorly written show, and like that's the same thing how I was talking about
Well,
how
shit. Even with the little Asian dude, he gonna fucking pocket some shit right in front of the uncle.
right. You you
That ain't
you
make no sense.
you got that stuff in front of you. You had ample time to sneak some drugs. You had ample time to sneak some drugs, but yet you gonna sneak some drugs when the guy's standing right there. That don't make
And
any
then it
sense.
didn't. And then Unique was a popular like local drug dealer, so everybody knew him. How's he walking around and not one person got back and said, "Hey, Unique is out here."
Right. And
His
this is
face
the
ain't covered up. He walking around in the streets and shit.
during the daytime. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like nobody sees him like, oh shit, and this is a neighborhood. Like you said, he
Right.
was a
His
popular
neighborhood.
drug dealer in his
Exactly.
neighborhood. So I'm like, oh shit, that's Unique over there. Oh man, I thought
Hmm.
he was dead.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, some bullshit there. Anything else about the
No, I watch it to watch it, but it's a lot of bullshit.
yeah, I just watch it just so we can do this pretty
Yep.
much. Oh, I do like Jukebox, the character Jukebox. And shout out to her for being in Lesbo Heaven.
I
She
don't think I think they're doing that character wrong because if she went to boot camp, that's an easy way to become a cop. If you
right.
drop out of boot camp, you're not going to be able to become a cop. if you got drug dealing family and all this shit like that, it's gonna be even harder to be a cop. So for her to become a cop after all this is just more bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to discuss about Power?
Uh, how about the rapper, man? He gets on my fucking nerves. Like the
Yeah.
dude got out of jail and you fucking at his crib as a fucking slob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
And,
who would do some shit like that?
right.
Right.
If I got
Mm-hmm.
you out of jail and you ain't had nowhere to stay and I let you stay at my crib, you'd be nice, humble, speaking to you with respect. My crib be clean. He talked to him like shit and then trash his crib.
Right. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Nothing I can think of. Where's Famous at?
They never discussed what happened to him because he's not in police custody.
Right. They just like start the whole show off 3 episodes in and everybody looking for Famous and we don't even know what's up with him.
Right.
They could at least gave us a hint or let him
Mm-hmm.
something.
Right. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Anything else TV wise?
TV wise. Did you watch that documentary I told you watch?
Which one?
The one with the internet mom.
What's it called?
It's like a Devil in the Family.
No.
Yeah, you
No,
should
I didn't.
check that one out. It's Devil in the Family, and then they got the lady name, whatever her name is. So it's not just called Devil in the Family. It's like Devil in the Family. Let's say her name is Katie Holmes. It'd be like Katie Holmes, like that.
Right.
Oh, that was
No.
real good. But that's a talk piece. You gotta check it out.
Mm. Anything else TV wise?
TV. Naked and Afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you they had a girl on there with no legs?
No. How in the world was
Oh,
she in the
I
wilderness with
can't
no
do that.
legs?
Oh my god. First of all, and then I had to deep dive this story because her story is bullshit. So when she rolled up, she got like the fucking robot legs.
Mm-hmm.
She had to take them off because she couldn't use those on a naked on the show. So she
Right.
dropped her legs and she throws a towel down off the truck on the ground. I'm like, what is she doing? So after she threw the towel down, then she jumped down and she got her little stumps and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here, and they let her keep her gloves, right? So she got like some almost like weightlifting gloves. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So they let her keep her gloves and she's like scooting around on her ass the whole time. I said, man, this is crazy. Like, ain't that shit gonna get infected down there?
Yes.
Swamp and dirt and all type of shit getting all up in you and shit.
Yes.
Well, I said as soon as I saw that, I said, oh no, I would quit as soon as I fucking came, as soon as I run into her on the show. Because you already know you're gonna be carrying her and all this shit.
Right.
So she meet up with her guy. Her guy is all big burly dude. So of course, you know, after a while, he's like, I'll let you go first, whatever. Or she said, I think she went first because you know she gonna be a drag ass because she got only 2 arms and shit and scooting on her ass. So of
Mm-hmm.
course, you know, he picks her up and put her on his back so they can fucking finish the mission. She not only is she's ain't got no legs, she got a big ass belly. So what
Mm-hmm.
you would think like, damn, well, since you just working with your arms, you can at least keep your weight down.
Right.
So he's like sitting around the campfire. Well, there's an elephant in the room. I want to know what happened. So her story is she was dating a guy. She got drug rape. Not drug rape. She got what did he call it? Her drink got spiked, a date
Mm-hmm.
rape drug, and
Yeah.
then she got left on the tracks and shit. And when she woke up, she was in an ambulance. I said, this shit don't sound right. So here I go on Reddit and I'm like doing some research. This is the story that I believe it happened to her. She was on all type of drugs and she's an alcoholic because she got like 3 DUIs. She got 2 of the DUIs after she got her legs cut off. So you
Mm-hmm.
like, so this girl's a mess. So this what I think happened.
Wait a minute. How old is this woman?
If I had to guess, I would say late 30s, maybe early
Okay.
40s.
Okay.
So and she went to the bar with her friends, so it didn't make no sense. First off, you went to the bar with your friends, and they just left you at the bar, and then you get date raped from a guy that you was dating. I said this shit don't make no sense. So what I think happened is she went to the bar with her friends, but she got all drunk and crazy because she's one of those type of alcoholics and shit, probably popping pills too.
Right.
So they left her. She was at the bar, got kicked out of the bar, and there's a train like near the bar. So I think she was like stumbling along and then just passed out like that, and that's how her legs got cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And because there ain't no investigation going on, ain't nobody looking for this supposedly guy that slipped her a fucking Mickey and none of that shit. So
Right.
that's what tells me right there she's full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the comments on Naked and Afraid, they have a comment section on our Reddit, and she's in the comment section replying to questions and shit. But when people question about that shit, she just go dark. But then they're like, well, it's not fair that they let you keep gloves. You're not supposed to have gloves on the show. She come back like, well, I ain't got no legs. So how's it fair that I don't have no legs? They could at least give me that. I'm like, this girl's a mess.
So what happened? Did they
Yeah,
make
they
it through?
completed. They
Oh,
completed.
okay.
They ain't
Mm.
eat shit the whole trip. They just fucking they uh they didn't like fucking survive. That's what they did. Is another word I'm looking for. But it's like they just starved themselves for the whole fucking trip. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't find no food.
Right. Anything else TV wise?
Um, Daredevil. I watched some Daredevil.
Okay, what you think? I forgot about Daredevil too. I mean, I watched it, but I forgot to
Hmm.
talk about it. What you think?
I think it's good. Like I said, I don't like the bullshit with all the screaming that Daredevil's doing and all this shit. And then the guy got popped. First off, he's a superhero, and you supposedly got some medallion to give you power. Something I don't know what it do for him, but he was talking about I didn't even have the medallion, whatever. So
Yeah.
obviously it must give him powers. So you let somebody just walk up and blow your brains out,
Right.
and I hope that wasn't a Punisher
I don't think so. I
because he
think.
had the shirt on.
Well, did you
Because
watch
that's
this week's
like
episode?
that's when the dude got shot in the head, right?
No, that was last week's episode.
Oh no, I didn't
I was
watch this
going
one.
to
I didn't watch
I
this
was
one.
about to tell you a story,
I
but
know it was a gang, and they all had the skulls, a police gang.
yeah, yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, you have to watch it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I watched it.
I was just about to tell you what happened. But yeah, well, I'm glad I didn't start talking
I
about it
forgot
then.
about I forgot about this week's episode because I remember I said I was going to download it, but I never got around to it.
Right.
So I only saw the three.
Anything else TV wise?
Um, Nothing I can think of.
Now on some movies. Now I didn't mention Captain America: A Brave New World because you didn't see it, so I never. And plus, we was in
Hmm.
whenever this came out. I think we was still in Eagles mode,
Right.
so I didn't really talk about it. I seen it when it first came out. I seen it on Saturday when it first came on a Saturday when it first came out. Um, I didn't want to mention it because you didn't see it, and I didn't want to mention it because these people here, like we talked about before, when it comes to science fiction action movies with a black lead, for some reason it's always trashed. And then when you watch it, you be like, well, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is not good at all. The first example when they started doing it was I
Black
forget.
Panther.
No, it goes farther than that because remember when Will Smith and his son had that movie, and they totally straight like this was like the worst science fiction movie ever and all that, one of the worst movies. Then I watched it, and I'm like, well, damn, this wasn't bad at all.
I didn't like that movie.
Black Panther, like you said, Black Panther, they did the same thing. They did it for that John David Washington movie. I think it's called The Creator, where he had the little kid, and they
Mm-hmm.
just straight trashed the movie. And I looked at it, and I'm like, well, this movie ain't bad at all. I didn't get it.
I didn't see that.
It's an old school plot. It's an old school plot where you know how like he was supposed to hurt the kid, but then
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden you know that he take a liking to the kid, and then he'll
Mm-hmm.
start defending them. And you know the same stuff we didn't
Right.
see 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Now with this Captain America Brave New World, they gave it the worst reviews. Oh, it was so horrible and all. That's gonna make people say to themselves, if it's so bad, then I'm not gonna pay to see that. That's why I did poorly in the box office. Then I seen it and I'm like, well, this movie ain't bad at all. Well, now what
No,
was your
I
thoughts on the film?
the movie itself, I gave it a 7.5. I liked it. I thought it should have been more Red Hulk and not just no fucking spirit of moment popping in and then him fighting like that. It should have been more of him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because even with those pills that the guy was taking, those was gamma pills. So how do that suppress the Hulk? I didn't understand that part. Because the gamma pills to me should make it stronger. You know what I mean? And the one
Right.
minute you get ticked off, it should be automatic that you come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it should have been more of the Red Hulk. I don't like how every time we have a black superhero movie, there's always got to be somebody of another nationality that saves the day or try to save the day. So like with the
Yeah.
Black Panther, you had the white guy save the day when he fucking did a kamikaze suicide with the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Now this time you got the young superhero guy tag along trying to help save the day.
Right.
And what Marvel messed up with this Marvel universe with all these different superheroes in the same world, it's funny how when one motherfucker's having an issue, nobody else shows up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that
And
always
they
drives me crazy. Y'all all in the same world, motherfucking Winter Soldier pop up. No, nigga, put your gear on. I need your help.
Right.
You see
Now,
some shit going on the news, and everybody in the same town. You talking about Spider-Man and the Hulk and all this other shit, but some shit pop off, ain't nobody around.
Washington gets destroyed. Now, I know it's no such thing as the Avengers anymore, but one of them should at least just showed up and helped
Right, that's what
out.
I mean.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let me go see what's going on. Make sure they all right over here.
Right.
Y'all, there's superheroes in the same world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do that all the time. The DC movies do it too. It's like they don't even if they just mentioned it. Well, damn, I called let me name. I called Thor and he just never answered or something like that.
Yeah,
Say
yeah,
something.
that'd have been cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they did the same thing with Black Panther for ratings. And I noticed that because me and Shay was talking about it when I booked my tickets. Now the movie been out for a while now, so there's no reason for the theaters to be fully booked at 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
All right.
right? So when I booked my tickets, the theater was packed. Or online, you look at how to see what seats is open.
Yes.
So and I usually sit maybe like four rows are back like that. I usually don't sit in the first 3 rows.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw two in the front, but it was the third row. So I said, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to grab these two right here because you ain't no telling, like you know what I mean, what's going on." It's scattered seats, but the theater was packed. We get in there. Let's say this theater hold 50 people. It was about 10 motherfuckers in there after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me that they're making people not, pick a different movie because you think in the theater is full. Like
Yes.
if I was with 3 people, you don't want to have 2 people sit right here and somebody else sitting way back there. So you're like, no, fuck it, let's pick a different movie or something.
Right.
And that's what's going on here. This theater hold about 50 people in there, and it was about 10 people in there watching the movie. But when I first tried to get my tickets online, it wasn't no seats open, and maybe 10 available seats all scattered.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some funny shit going on. And me and Shay talked about this when Black Panther come out because there was an investigation going on about it, and people was on the news talking about the same shit. Well, all the theaters was booked, and then when I finally got in there, ain't nobody in there but me.
Yep.
So they fucking with the tickets and make it
Mm-hmm.
seem like it's not doing good. And it'd be a
Yep.
good movie, and they just fucking it up because it's our movie.
Yep. For some reason they do it, but I didn't think the movie, like you said, wasn't bad at all. Oh, by the way, they said the reason why it was only a little bit of Red Hawk was because of budget,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of budget to have all that CG stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and that cut the budget. Just having him like just show up that quick,
They need
just
to cut
with the
that budget bullshit out because how many Marvel movies with the Hulk
right.
in it and all this other CGI shit going on? So come
I
on, you can do it if you wanted to.
I
One thing I
said
don't
go ahead.
one thing I don't like about the Captain America, I don't like that he don't have the serum. Because my man is getting shot and stabbed and all this shit, and then he jumping right back like he fucking got the serum when he really don't. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna make him bounce back health wise like that, then just give him the serum.
Right. That's true. Anything else movie wise?
Movies. Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Uh,
I just started watching back to TV shows. I just started watching Dope Thief.
oh, I watched it too, but
So
I didn't
I
want to
saw a
mention it.
couple. Yeah, I saw a couple
Yeah, I
episodes of
watched.
that today.
Yeah, because they well, it's supposed to be based in Philadelphia, but they're filming in Chester.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched. I didn't watch this week's episode, but I
Now,
watched the three. Go ahead.
now I said it's weird because the music that they playing is foreign music, and then when he took that money out, it wasn't American dollars. So I'm like, oh, what's going on now? He stole all the
Mm-hmm.
money. It's supposed to be in Philly and shit, but this is foreign money. Did you see that?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
where's that? What's that money about?
And then the people that he stole from, they have Boston accents.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're not foreign like Russian some Russians or something that they stole from. Or maybe they're
All
all connected something. I don't know.
but the bag of money that he stole was American US dollars. When he was counting it, him and his boy and wrapping it up, that
Yeah.
was all American money. But when he took some money to pay somebody, it was foreign money. It was like all pink and light green. And if you
Yeah, I
looked at
see.
it, it was an American dollar. I was like, what's going on here?
Well, remember that the Asian guy gave him that money. Remember when the Asian guy had went to this and he said, "Well, what's this?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said like, "Well, what's the value?"
Oh, I must
Um
have missed that part.
yeah, that was the
I remember he went to see the Asian guy because the Asian guy was the one he was talking to, and he had the
yeah.
big safe and shit.
Yeah. Well, he gave him some money. He gave him that money.
Foreign money.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, what is this? How much is this?" Well, he was going over there to ask him for some help, and
Mm-hmm.
the guy and he was giving him is that meth that's in those
Yes.
okay he
Liquid meth.
yeah he gave him that, and I guess that paying him back was with that money which he was talking about.
I don't know why they didn't kill that girl because she's sitting there with a hole in her neck, but she's breathing. You gotta
Right.
if you're gonna rob the place, you gotta make sure ain't nobody alive.
Mm-hmm.
And she turned out to be a damn cop.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't watch this week's episode, but good show so far.
Yeah, I got one episode left too, so I guess it's this week's.
Yeah. Anything else? Oh, you said no for the movies, right?
Nothing I can think of.
Well, I seen Transformers one, and I don't think your wife might not like this, so you might have to watch it on your own time. But I will put it on my list. I heard people talk about how
Why
this was
wouldn't she like it?
because it's cartoons and Transformers. Do she like stuff like that?
Oh, it's the cartoon.
Yeah, it's CG.
Okay, I'm gonna
You
have to
know,
download it.
yeah, it's CG. It's not like Transformers. You know, with live people in
And it's
there.
called Transformers One.
Yes. It's about Optimus Prime and Megatron was friends. They weren't called Optimus Prime and Megatron. Then it was called something else. They was friends, like working in like the mom underneath Cybertron.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it got slow in the beginning because they was working underneath in Cybertron. They can't transform because the leader, that the head of Cybertron, said that no one there can transform or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they had got to the top of the Cybertron up world because they all lived underground, and so they went above ground with Cybertron, and they found this old Transformer played by Lawrence Fishburne was telling them like all the stuff that went down, and he was like, "Well, we can't transform." He's like, "Yes, you can transform," and he had gave them the stuff that made them transform, and that's when they transformed to uh Optimus Prime was the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Megatron was a tank. He wasn't a gun. He was a tank. So now this is the point where speaking of Dope Thief, the brother played Megatron. By the way, this is where he started to make a heel turn, and he had ran into some rebels. The rebels was like everybody Soundwave, Starscream, and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. So he wanted to roll with them, and Optimus Prime wanted to be like the good guy. So then that's when they like kind of like split apart. And I don't want to tell you the rest what happened. But yeah, everybody put that in like their best films of last year
Mm-hmm.
release online. And I looked at it and it actually was really good too. So yeah, you can put it on your list. Transformers One.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it on a train or some shit like that, like I do Daredevil.
And I took your suggestion and watched The Apprentice. This was Donald Trump in the 80s. Late 70s, early 80s, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie, good film, good acting amongst everybody there. You mentioned one of the soldiers, Sebastian. What's his last name?
Stan.
And the guy who played Roy Cohn was good. And the girl who played Ivana Trump, she was the one that they said that and that Barack movie
Mm-hmm.
that the mayor was trying to sleep with. They that he thought he was going to sleep with her. They was in the room. She acted like she was like a reporter. Uh, uh, the old mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani. Rudy
Yeah.
Giuliani was like trying to they make it seem like he was trying to sleep with her. He was going to get some in the room, and she was like a reporter. Very good acting amongst everybody. I mean, do I have to tell a story? We know all the story. The only thing that was new about the Roy Cohn, like that connection, how Roy Cohn
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
turned good Donald Trump evil.
And then Donald Trump played him and shit.
Right, and he played him, yeah. And I'm like, and he was sitting there talking about this person's gay and all that stuff, and I'm like saying to myself, well, wait a minute, isn't he gay? Because all these dudes was all around, and they never didn't have any clothes on and all that
Yep.
type of stuff. And he talking about Mary Koch is a faggot. Oh, he's nothing but a faggot. I'm like saying to myself, wait a minute, isn't he gay? Like
Mm-hmm.
every time there was all these dudes around, they had no clothes on and they was doing all that stuff with each other.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you know how they do and shit. The motherfucker that's gay fucking with other people that's gay.
right. Yeah, it's really no reason to be talking about the story because we know all the story and everything. And the rape scene, Ivana Trump had Ivanka Trump, the daughter's Ivana Trump, right?
Ivanka is the mom.
Is the mom, right? That was in a deposition that she said that he did, and about the liposuction in the hair and all that stuff.
Hmm.
She said that in the deposition. I had to when you talking about deep dive, and I had to do deep dive and on that also. That it was a deposition. She said that he had raped her like that, and
So
but Rory Cohn is like an old dude. He used to work with mobsters and all that stuff back in the 60s and 70s.
yeah, he
So
pretty much
he's
made Donald Trump to who he is.
yeah, so he was like real connected. But you see how he was like, well, look, let me know. He would John Trump would come with him with stuff, and he would go to people and like he had tapes on
Yeah.
everybody. So yeah, I know we don't need to talk about the story or anything like that. The story's already we already know the story's young Donald Trump, but good acting and everything. Everybody should. That was a good movie. That was one of your good movies. No horror shit like you pick.
No. I just because I watch horror, I never tell you should watch the horror.
Yes, you did. You
The
told me
only horror that I told you to watch was the Speak No Evil.
no. You told me to watch the movie with the big titty woman in the basement.
Who?
The big titty woman in the basement where the lady was she couldn't find any room, no hotel in Detroit, and she stayed in that Airbnb. The dude was
Oh
already
yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I didn't tell you to watch that. I told you I watched that. When you say, "Did you watch any movies?" and I tell you about a movie that I watched, I don't tell you to watch that movie. When I told you to watch a horror movie, it was only one, and that was the one.
No,
Fear
you
No Evil.
told me to watch that one, and you started laughing
I didn't say
because you
watch.
know what? Yes, you
I
did.
didn't say watch it. Listen when I tell you stories. There's only a couple movies I tell you to watch. I know you don't like horror, so I don't tell you to watch horror movies. And I
Mm.
know most of the horror movies is bullshit. I find them entertaining, but I know you don't like them, so I wouldn't tell you to watch it. The only reason I told you to watch Speaking No Evil because I wanted you to see the ending. And Shay still didn't see it. She watched the new version
Hmm.
and she thought it was okay because she was getting pissed off how they was just pretty much the dad was a fucking chump. You know what I mean? The mom, they was just going along. I said, no, you got to watch the original, the foreign film. And then
Hmm.
I said, this is the American version. You know, it's gonna be a happy ending. They're gonna clean it up, and of course, that's what they did.
Now,
Now, the original,
what happened in this ending with the American one?
of course, the family got away, and everything was everything. You know how
So
they
they
do.
changed the ending.
Yes, a
Oh,
happy ending. You remember how brutal that other ending was?
yeah.
Yeah, it was nothing like that. This was like fucking hero save the day type shit.
Okay. So did they still have the kid that had his throat cut, his tongue cut off?
Did the family took that kid with them?
Oh shit.
Yeah, they fucked the whole story up.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, I ain't got nothing.
All right, you can reach the Judgementals on Facebook, TikTok, Facebook. You now messing up. You can reach the Judgementals on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube at PNL Judgementals, Instagram at the_underscores Judgementals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. Sorry, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.